This video is to assist you with archiving devices using NetSite's ExtremeControl Center version 7. To begin our archive, first we log into the ExtremeControl Center, which will bring us directly to the dashboard. There are three things we want to check: our inventory manager options, our device settings, and finally we'll go in and run the wizard and do an archive. To check our options, we go to the Administration tab of the ExtremeControl Center. Go to Inventory Manager, Data Storage, and our directory path. We want to make sure that this is correct. And here we can look at it, and we can see that it looks correct. This should pick it up from your install, but if you restore a database, it could be that this directory path may not be correct, so you do want to check this. Next thing we're going to check is our file transfer options. We want to make sure that our TFTP properties are correct, the directory path is correct, the root directory is correct, and also the TFTP server IP. We'll also want to check this for our SCP server properties if we're using SCP and FTP as well. Once these are confirmed, we can go back to our network and look at our devices. Today I'm going to be archiving a D2 system, so I want to open that device up. I'll go down here and right click on it and go to Configuration Firmware. To get to the settings, I need to go to the Upgrade Firmware selection. And in here, I'm going to look at my set config. Here I can see that the file transfer mode is TFTP, which I can change if I would like. And my MIB and script override methods are controlled by the device type. If, for example, I have an XOS switch, I would want to change this to script and set it for most likely ExtremeXOS TFTP VR management. Since I'm using a D2, I can just set this at controlled by device type. And the final thing I want to check is what server I'm going to use. In this case, I'm using my ExtremeControl Center server, and that's called my mapped server. So my settings in here look good. At this point, I can cancel out of here, and I can go ahead to my archive section. The easiest way to go about creating an archive is to run the archive wizard. So down in the lower left-hand corner, I select Archive Wizard. I select a name, a description, how many versions of the archive I want to keep. In this case, I think I'll keep unlimited versions. And I'm going to archive both the configuration data and my capacity planning data. We'll cover capacity planning reporting in another video later on. I click Next. I select the devices that I'm going to archive, that are going to be part of my archive. In this case, just a single system. And then I select the frequency. I can do this daily. I can set the archive to never archive. I can do it right now on startup once and again weekly if I'd like. I set the date and start time and how many archives to process at once. We suggest leaving this at 20. I look in the screen below and I can see that this is enabled for this device, and I click Finish and it will start the archive. I can do a refresh here and look at my archives. I can see that one was triggered off at this time. And it says my file was found, configuration retrieved, and saved on this date and time. If I'd like to run another archive for some reason, I can right click on this and do Stamp New Version. That's immediately going to generate another archive. I just wait a minute for that to kick in. And I can see now I have 2 of them here. They're both successful. And I can get details on it on the right hand side. If you have any further questions on archiving, you can select the help in the upper right hand corner or contact the Extreme Networks GTAC at extremenetworks.com/support.